Hi there, welcome inside the Mountain West Network studio. I'm Jesse Kurtz. At the conclusion of an athletic event at the Air Force Academy, players, coaches, and fans alike pause to listen to the third verse of the Air Force Academy fight song, a moment that has significance beyond any victory on the field of play. The verse pays tribute to those who have served our country, specifically airmen who have made the ultimate sacrifice, raising a toast to those who gave their all of old. Beginning this fall, Mountain West member institutions have come together in solidarity, and their teams will join Air Force athletes and coaches in all sports following competition in honor of those who serve by standing with the Falcons in tribute during the third verse. Standing side by side, hand in hand, it's a bond that unites them.
Really gets inside the bloodstream and inside your heart.
Win or lose, the song is played. A way of saying thank you for the freedom afforded by our brave men and women of the United States Air Force.
I do think naturally what scrolls through is the third verse plays of those that have lost their life while flying. You know, whether it's those that were a part of the landing at Normandy, you know, in the hours of early dawn, the way they had to pound those beachheads, those that flew in Korea and Vietnam.
Just paying my respects to, you know, those who have, you know, given their lives for us so we can go out there and, you know, play a football game.
There's a part of that song that helps you kind of reset your mind and refocus for why you're really wearing Air Force across your chest.
Nobody knows that commitment better than Dana Pound's Lion, who is part of the first class to enter the academy after 9/11.
So you understood a little bit of what you were getting into, like our country's at war and we're going into the military.
Over the next 4 years, Dana would become a national champion javelin thrower and meet the love of her life, fellow Falcon athlete David Lyon, who himself was a track and field champion.
He was passionate, but he cared for his teammates, so he held a high standard, so he pushed them, but he helped them get there.
After graduating from the Air Force Academy, David proved himself as an outstanding leader on active duty, volunteering for a year-long deployment to Afghanistan.
Training those that are embedded in enemy territory, you know, and basically giving them the tools to succeed so that it would, you know, allow our soldiers and troops to come home.
David, who was a positive influence on so many at home and abroad, never got to see the full magnitude of his impact as an Air Force officer.
The commander and the first sergeant and the chaplain walked in the room, and I was the only one in there at the time by myself. As you see the words roll off his lips. And I just looked at him and I said, "What happened?" And he said, "VBID." And immediately, I've been in those environments. I know exactly what my team got hit 2 months prior. You don't walk away from stuff like that.
Captain David Lyon was the only Air Force officer killed in Afghanistan in 2013.
The weight of it never really sets in until you're staring at your husband's casket with the flag draped over it.
Though gone, his legacy lives on. Just months after his death, the Air Force named a ship in David's honor.
We christened thee MV David I. Lyon.
Dana was there to congratulate her husband and hero.
I was the most nervous ever trying to throw that champagne bottle, and I'm like, you can't not hit this ship. And I rear it back to throw it like a jab, and then I started to realize Dave was a discus thrower, and I could get a whole lot more velocity coming around the side. And so then I utilized the string and nerded it up, and I just absolutely obliterated that bottle. It was sombering, but there's something, there's life and celebration, because now Dave is still in the fight in a way, is that his name is on that ship and he is taking the fight to the enemy.
Back home at the academy, Athletes honor David and his brothers and sisters who have given themselves for our freedom with the poetic words of the third verse. Dana remembers the first time she heard the music following David's death at a volleyball game the following fall.
I buckled. I mean, I didn't just like hear the song and read the words and be like, oh, he's talking about Dave. Like, I mean, I like physically buckled, and I'm like, this is it. Like, this is why we stand here, is that they're sharing their support, they're empathizing, and they're honoring Dave.
The echoes of the third verse and their deep meaning to those here are not exclusive to just sporting events, rather woven into the fabric of daily life.
I'll go visit him because he's just at the cemetery just down the road here. There'll be 6 packs just sitting there. Sometimes they're empty, sometimes they're full, and it's like some people are literally having a toast and drinking in Dave's honor.
An honor for those heroes like Captain David Lyon, remembered for what made them great Americans.
The risk, the skill, the courage.
It helps you redirect what that end state, that end goal, and why we exist as an Air Force Academy. We're here for a different reason. Kind of the big pictures pulled together.
Dana Pounds-Lyon is now back at the Air Force Academy as a strength and conditioning coach. She says coming home to the Air Force Academy family has helped her a great deal during the healing process after her tragic loss. From the Mountain West Network studio, I'm Jesse Kurtz.